What if your ordinary 9 to 5 could turn into the worst day of your life? What if billions of pounds in pensions, your hard-earned money, vanished in the blink of an eye? Welcome to Steal, the 2026 Prime Video thriller that takes us deep into the dark world of finance, crime, and moral compromise. Today, we're breaking down every twist, every secret, and every betrayal from Season 1 of Steal. So buckle up, this is going to be a wild ride. Episode 1 opens with Zara Dunne, a mild-mannered employee at Lochmill Capital waking up after a night of partying. Fun fact, her frequent nosebleeds foreshadow the stress and danger she's about to face. Zara is introduced to a new intern, Myrtle Clark, and gives her a tour of the sleek but tense offices of Lochmill, a pension fund investment company in the heart of London. Meanwhile, a group of highly trained thieves stalks the city streets. Dressed in black, armed, and precise, they infiltrate Lochmill's offices. What follows is a masterclass in suspense. The receptionist is bagged, security neutralized, phones are cuck, and the trade floor is taken hostage. Zara finds herself at the center of this chaos. She covers for Myrtle when the trade processing team is singled out, navigates interactions with the thieves, and is ultimately forced to sign off on trades totaling over $4 billion, including pensions and welfare funds for innocent middle-class people. Tension hits a boiling point when Luke, Zara's colleague and best friend, freezes under pressure. Zara takes control, answering a critical phone call to ensure the thieves can complete their digital heist. In the end, the thieves get away just as the police arrive. Zara is approached by DCI Reese Kovac, the lead investigator, who praises her composure. But as she overhears colleagues hinting that it could be an inside job, Zara smiles knowingly, hinting that she may be involved more than anyone suspects. The day after the heist, Zara logs into her crypto account and discovers £5 million waiting for her. Calmly, she transfers it to a cold wallet and hides it behind her fridge. Meanwhile, the police investigation is stalling. The thieves' use of prosthetics and cloned accounts makes tracing them nearly impossible. Zara pulls Luke aside, urging him to transfer his money offline. The two were initially pawns in the thieves' operation, but now survival and opportunity collide. Things escalate when the thieves target Luke directly. In a tense apartment standoff, Luke fights back, stabbing one of the intruders before narrowly escaping. Zara watches from a distance, taking note of the thieves' weaknesses and learning to navigate the chaos herself. This episode shifts the tension from the heist itself to the aftermath, showing how survival, deception, and human instinct play out under pressure. Episode 3 dives deeper into motivations and backstory. Zara is questioned by Reese over her presence at Luke's place. She fabricates a story, concealing a key piece of evidence, a bloody vial she picked up during the apartment standoff. Flashbacks reveal how Zara and Tom were recruited for the heist, tempted by payoffs and a desire to strike back at the executives at Lochmill, who profit massively off employees' hard work. Meanwhile, the investigative team gains a new member, Sam Fitch, an intelligence officer, while Darren Yoshida digs into employee motives, highlighting massive pay disparities between executives and the trade floor. Zara's cleverness is on full display. She uses her Google account to research how to lift finger pricks, accesses network files, and pieces together clues from investment committee meetings. At the same time, Reese grapples with personal debt and MI5 interference, creating a tense web where every move is scrutinized. Episode 4 escalates the stakes with MI5 entering the picture. Reese and Zara form an uneasy alliance to take on both the thieves and the intelligence agency. Zara infiltrates the office under the cover of night, gathering evidence and identifying suspicious colleagues. Luke remains in danger, but Zara's strategic thinking begins to shape the narrative. Reese's gambling addiction adds complexity to his character. His professional judgment is compromised, yet he's one of the few who can navigate the system. Meanwhile, Zara demonstrates resourcefulness, daring to manipulate surveillance and bypass security to gain leverage. The tension between trust and betrayal grows thicker with every move, setting the stage for the explosive episodes to follow. Episode 5 brings moral tension to the forefront. Zara negotiates with MI5 for a new identity and a chance to work covertly, exchanging intelligence for protection. Luke's anxiety and recklessness contrast sharply with Zara's calculated approach, heightening the suspense. Meanwhile, Reese confronts his own vulnerabilities, navigating political interference and professional jeopardy. Zara begins uncovering internal conspiracies, including the real involvement of Milo and Kate from the investment committee. As the narrative threads converge, we see the series' central theme: how ordinary people react when pushed into extraordinary circumstances, and the blurry line between right and wrong. The finale is a roller coaster. Zara and Luke are captured by the remaining thieves. With wit, courage, and boldness, Zara manipulates the situation, using the thieves' greed and rivalries against them. Meanwhile, Reese scrambles to find an angle, eventually discovering that Yoshido, a key insider, orchestrated the events to expose corruption in the financial system. Though his motives, redistribute wealth and expose tax havens, feel underdeveloped, the revelation adds a twist. In a climactic showdown at Lochmill, Zara uses her cunning to survive, Luke makes key moves to outsmart the thieves, and Reese confronts his debts and limitations. The MI5 moves in, securing control over the situation. The stolen £4 billion is returned, Milo's tragic fate is revealed, and the broader financial conspiracy is exposed. In the end, Zara walks away with Milo's cold wallet, a reward for her survival and intelligence. She leaves Lochmill behind, ready for a life that's dangerous, exciting, and entirely her own. Steel begins as a gripping, high-stakes thriller with tense action, a morally gray protagonist, and a clever heist at its core. Sophie Turner's Zara is a standout, an ordinary woman navigating extraordinary chaos with wit, courage, and growing cunning. But the series is not without flaws. Inconsistent pacing, underdeveloped antagonists, and occasional plot holes prevent it from reaching its full potential. Supporting characters like Luke and Reese add depth, but some narrative threads feel unresolved, leaving viewers wishing for a more polished conclusion. Still, for fans of heist thrillers, corporate conspiracies, and morally complex characters, Steel delivers an intense and engaging experience, one that's worth watching from start to finish, if only for the ride. So there you have it. Every twist, turn, and betrayal of Steel Season 1, a show that asks us what we'd do if pushed to the edge and what happens when ordinary lives collide with extraordinary crime. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more full story breakdowns. And tell us in the comments, would you have survived Steel's heist?